Okay, are we rolling? I think we're rolling. I got my copy set up here. I hope, I don't know, you're gonna get my head in this thing. Maybe I should move this camera back a little bit more so you can see my, beautiful features. I don't know. Maybe you won't. One moment, please. I just want to adjust this camera. Got to beat it up a little bit. All right, you probably get my head there, in there. All right, one moment. Got to keep this amateur. It's very important that we keep it amateur because it's an amateur video. All right, I'm making my way over there. All right, here I am. Hello folks, if you're new, my name is Ed King, aka Rusty, aka Chester, aka a whole lot of things. Online, offline, everywhere. I got all kinds of nicks. What you call me doesn't matter nearly as much as what you get from my videos. And, hopefully I'm of some service to you. It's been a while since I made a video. I've had some health issues. But I really enjoy making these videos. And I really enjoy, helping other people. I don't monetize. YouTube has approached me on this. I've turned them down because I value my freedom of speech and my autonomy. I'm not in this for the money. Because of my health, I'm retired. Government wants me to sign those papers. I haven't yet, but I guess I should. I'm in my mid-60s, of course. Not giving my exact age because security reasons, right? But I really enjoy doing these videos. I really enjoy sharing and helping people, regular people like myself, with computer things, computer-related things, and you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be an IT. You don't have to be a professional technician. You don't have to have a license. You don't need all those, certificates and licenses under your belt to work on computers or even set up a networking system in your home or, just to be an enthusiast or to just, simply understand your computer, the basics, so that you can use it. And I think that that's important. There's a lot of things with desktop computers that give you advantages over so many of these other devices that they have out there today. And I don't know why people seem to think that the smaller the better. And you see these people on these little tiny mobile devices there, and they barely got enough fingers to type anything. And I've seen them typing on those things and I'm just shaking my head like, why? Why do you make something so, challenging to work with? Why? I guess they think it's convenient. I don't see it, but, to each their own. So I don't do tablets and iPhones or iPads or cell phones or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just basically, sometimes maybe I'll feature a laptop. I don't think I have yet. Or if I have, it hasn't been a while. But mainly I'm focused on, mainly I'm focused on desktop computers and building your own desktop computer and keeping a desktop computer out of the recycling bin. That's why I originally called my channel Dumpster Divers PC Reclamation. PC means personal computer, for those who don't know. But because once upon a time, I went to a recycling station and I was appalled at the number of computers that were being thrown away. And very little wrong with these computers, really. Other than they were older, didn't mean they weren't good, didn't mean they couldn't work, didn't mean you couldn't do emails with them, social networking with them, home networking with them, convert them into home servers. Doesn't mean any of that. But people just toss them because, they want to keep up with the Joneses, or they want the newest, latest, greatest stuff, and they just throw it away. And that is really irresponsible, in my opinion, and wasteful, not needed. And there are people that are underprivileged who don't even have computers. Give it to them at least, or learn how to upgrade your computer, because you can save yourself so much money just with an upgrade. And unless you're doing, I don't know, some very highly technical stuff which requires state-of-the-art hardware, you very likely don't need to get rid of your computer. If you're just using it for emails, social networking, even gaming. I've talked to old gamers who've been, their computer's like 12 years old, and they're still gaming on them because they know how to upgrade them. And so I'm just saying that I'm hoping that I'm kind of helping the environment and helping my community by bringing more awareness to them with PCs and building their own PC and a general operation of a PC and so on and so forth, because it's my way of contributing to my community, given my present circumstances, being in my mid-60s, being, I like to feel like I'm contributing to my community in some way. Everybody likes to feel useful, I think, or at least most people do. And so here I am, standing here talking to you in my pajamas. My family is sleeping right now. I'm trying to keep it as low as I possibly can. But yeah, and I'm an amateur. I'm by no means a photographer or anything like that. But I've given people a lot of tips, and people have, thanked me for that. And, I know that I've helped many, many, many people with just, simple tips and approaches and things that maybe, the industry doesn't want you to know because they want you to buy a brand new computer, And so maybe I, help people save a little bit of money. And if an old guy like me can learn this stuff, I didn't know anything hardly at all about computers back in my 40s, and I learned it all on my own. My son gave me some tips early in the game. Like I would have never even thought of opening up a computer back then, but because it was scary and I didn't understand it and I didn't want to break anything. So I think my first Windows operating system that I licensed in my name, you have to register your name and all that with Windows, if you use a Windows operating system. That was back maybe in 1999. That's kind of early. I may be even pushing it. Okay, I used my boss's old Windows 95 computer, and then he upgraded to Windows 98. And somewhere around the turn of the millennium, I thought, I'm going to get my own computer. It was a Sony Bio, and it worked pretty good. It was a nice computer back then, except, of course, that was the Windows ME Mistake Edition, and so I really was well acquainted with blue screens and all kinds of troubles that went with that type of operating system. I believe it was FAT or well, I think it was NT. They used NT as well, but it was really it was like when NTFS I think came out, like when they Windows XP came out, it was a totally different file allocation system that they used, and it really speeded things up. It was far more stable than the older operating systems of that day. But I'm kind of going back in history a bit there. But I learned a lot about computers back then, mostly with software, and I familiarized myself with computers. But it wasn't until a little bit later that I decided, to start learning more about hardware. And after working with proprietary, like Dell, Sony, names like this, I decided enough is enough. I'm going to build my own computer. And and I did. And you can too. In fact, just about anybody can build their own computer. I've got some videos of my 11-year-old daughter putting a computer together by herself, and she wouldn't even let me touch a screwdriver. She'd slap my hand because she wanted to do it herself. And she did. And she did a very good job. And it worked. So, if an 11-year-old girl can build a computer, you likely can too. It's not that hard. Not these days. You don't have to worry about using a soldering iron or anything like that. The pieces all click together now. It all snaps together. It's very easy to assemble your own PC. Anyway, I'm going to get on to the theme here at hand. This is not a computer, but it can be used for computers. And essentially, they are generally made for computers. It's a UPS, and as some of you know, I'm a big fan of UPS. And part of that is because where I live, brownouts and blackouts are not uncommon. And this is where UPS can save your computer, save you a lot of trouble, give you time to shut it down properly, so that your hardware isn't damaged, and also give you cleaner, more regulated power for your device. And I also give you a little surge protection. So, there's a bunch of things wrapped up into one, and that will help save your computer, and they're definitely worth having. So, no further ado, this is an unboxing. I'm going to unbox this UPS. Now, I have used many different kinds of UPSs, and I find that, for the budget and for the reliability, that Cyberpower is pretty good, very reliable. And I've used a few, but I keep coming back to Cyberpower. They stand behind their product, I know that for sure. And I had a sine wave UPS that I ordered a few years back, and I'm still using that. and it I can't remember. It's 1500 BAC, I believe that, and it's 1,000 watts, and very reliable. And it was sine wave, not square wave. Now you don't have to go sine wave, but sine wave is a little bit more a smoother wave instead of a square wave. Okay, it has to do with your power frequency. Okay, on an oscilloscope, but you know, for basic computers, especially with the power supplies that they're coming out with today, with all their 80 plus certification and everything, you're probably okay with a standard square wave UPS. But if you want to get, you know, a little bit more efficient power wise and a little bit cleaner power wise, you know, and avoid all spikes and just get it, you know, if you have really sensitive circuitry, you're probably better off with a sine wave. Like if you've got a $10,000 computer invested, yeah, I would recommend getting a sine wave UPS, you know. But if you just got a $500 computer, you know, standard domestic home computer, you're probably okay just with a square wave, a standard UPS, okay? But they will save you a lot of trouble, especially an electrical storm or anything like that. Like when it's thundering and lightning outside, I'm still using my computer. I'm not worried, because even if my power gets hit, I'm protected. My computer's protected, and I've got the surge protection, and I've got the you know, the time to shut it down properly if the power goes right out on me. So I don't worry about that. So I bought another one because the other one works so well, and well, I've been okay. My other computer is, well, it's complex. It's definitely getting there. It's I have more hard drives running in that thing than you can shake a stick at, and you know, its power consumption is getting up there, and for the longest time, that sine wave computer was so good, that 1,000 watt sine wave computer was so good, or sine wave UPS was so good, that I ran two computers on it at the same time, and it was fine. It worked well, but I finally decided it's time. You know, not going to push the envelope anymore. It is getting older now, you know, so I thought I'd get another one, you know, from Cyberpower. And just about all our UPS now are from Cyberpower, and I have at least half a dozen other things, but they're really, really good to have, you know, and I want to share this one with you. Now, I can't show you everything right now tonight, but I wanted to get started on it. And the reason for that is because I can't turn it on for you. They say you don't have to worry about that with these newer UPSs anymore, but nah, my policy is you take it out of the box and you plug it in and you leave it. And I recommend leaving it 24 hours. Let it stay plugged in for 24 hours and then turn it on, because you want those batteries to be fully charged when you open this unit. But I can show you, okay, I have to be very careful with this. I can show you what, I wonder if I can just, okay, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it this way. What it looks like without being plugged in. And then I can make another video of it plugged in. I've made a few of these videos before, but I got this one at a good price on Amazon, and I will not apologize for getting a UPS. universal power supply. Probably one of the wisest choices going. This is a different sort of machine. And here's the cable that you connect to the back of the computer, and your BIOS can actually talk to the UPS. Your UEFI can talk to your UPS and exchange data. Even give you, if you want, a report on how it's functioning, or if there was power failure or something, what happened, why it happened, when it happened, how it happened, the whole 9 yards. It can report all that to you, okay, if you're away from home or whatever. Anyway, this is a little bit different unit. It's another sine wave because both of my computers that I built myself are, they have some delicate hardware, and I just want to err on the side of caution, I guess. But I think this is what they call a simulated sine wave. So it's not like the really expensive sine wave devices that you can buy, but it's good enough for my purposes. And I'm going to be putting this on my, connecting this to my AMD X570 build, that my hero, and I'm going to leave the 1000-watt one. This is a 900-watt one, and it's the answer to another 900-watt Cyberpower that I bought for my wife, which has worked for her flawlessly, and she absolutely loves it. She's very thrilled when the power goes out and her computer's still running fine, and the power's out of the building, and she's got 20 minutes to do whatever she wants to do on her computer before she shuts it down. And that's why they're a good investment. And she doesn't have to worry about, oh, well, my computer's going to be broken now, No, it's not. It's going to be fine because you had the chance to turn it off even after everybody lost power in the house, right? You have a time to turn your computer off and make it safe. So she's very happy with that. And this is a newer model up from that. And hers isn't simulated sine wave, this one is. And so just have this is the most thrilling part here, right? Taking this plastic off. There we go. As my daughters would call it, sassifying. They make up these weird names. Anyway, or words. Yeah. It's got the USB-C in the front. These are like charging stations. You can actually charge things off of your UPS, some of these. The Cyberpower UPS anyway. And it's a little bit smaller. It's long at the back. It's a little different than what I'm used to. But that's fine. I don't mind that. What matters to me is that it works. The other one that I have, actually the display can tilt. It's a tilting display. But, it's also, that one also cost me about $100 more. So, but this one looks okay, and the price is right. That's for sure. Very reasonable. And Cyberpower is very reasonable. And on the back, for those of you who are not familiar, you have one section, I believe it's the silver side, that gives you the backup and the, the protection and the backup. So you have time to turn your stuff off And then the other side, which doesn't have the silver, is just basically it's passed through power that is surge protected, so that any power surges that you might have, any spikes you might have, will not hurt your equipment. And that's a nice thing to have. But it's set up for your cable. You can run a telephone or Ethernet through it, to give you protection that way as well. VGA, have put a monitor up on it. This is where you plug your computer into it and then configure it in your BIOS. I've got that on my other one. This is your reset switch here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good. 6 and 6, 12 outlets altogether, and 6 of them giving you the backup, the actual battery backup. Before you have to shut down your computer, to give you a little bit of time to get everything in order, and then you can shut down your computer safely. You don't have to worry about whether that lightning strike damaged your computer or not, or that sudden outage, because sometimes they happen. The power company doesn't have to be a lightning strike. The power company could be working on something, or maybe somebody hit a power pole, or somebody maybe didn't look before they digged with their machine. If they're digging in the ground and they hit something, right? Well, there's a number of reasons why you have a power outage, but this will protect you in the event that you do have a power outage, because it has batteries in it and it provides its own power. It's an independent power supply for your computer. So, and not just an independent power supply, but also protection and backup for your computer in terms of power. And I recommend that when you save a little money and get your system up and running, that you invest in one of these. You don't have to get like a 900 watt one. You can get that they have them 65 watts, 200 watts, and as you get higher per wattage, because there's more that goes into it, in higher end units, you pay a little more money, right? But it's definitely a worthy investment. And it's not just for computers. You could save your home entertainment system with one of these. There's a lot of things that you can run on these, and they do definitely provide good backup and good protection. But I just wanted to share it with you, and I'll plug it in, and maybe I'll make a quick video later on after it's been plugged in for 24 hours, so we can have a look at what it looks like when it's turned on and plugged in. But having said that, this is Dumpster Diver's PC Reclamation, and I hope that you guys are hanging on to your computers and making them work and not chucking them in the garbage. If you don't want your computer, give it to somebody who can use it. Don't throw it in the trash, please. Unless that thing is 20 years old, don't send it off to a recycling station. There's probably a way that you can still make it work. You can still get it back online, and at least for emails or whatever, social media, typing up school reports, documents, things like that. It's still good. Hook it up to a printer and you're good to go. You don't have to dispose of it. As a backup computer even, it's still good to have Sometimes your fancy brand new computer suddenly won't work and it needs some time to fix, and you need, access to a computer not now but right now. Well, oh, too bad I threw away the old one, right? I see a lot of this going on, and people getting rid of their older computers too soon. And so I'm hoping that I can help you with that, and I'm wishing you the very best. I'm going to go over and turn off the camera now. I'm going to plug this thing in, and maybe give you a video later on what it looks like when it's turned on. So God bless you, and thanks for watching. Once again, this is Dumpster Divers PC Reclamation.